but I thought I'll give her a little shout out now because we answered hers before about the inspiration, like Anthony Hopkins and that. Like, so
Yeah.
Izzy Sandy, and her fun question, which she joked around, but I'm going to ask it you and I. Do you like tacos?
You're like,
just so she can have a shout out.
what's tacos? Is that the hot sauce?
Oh, that's those little there's those little foldy things, isn't there?
Do you
Like
know what? I like
pancakes.
it if you actually put
I've never had one.
tacos in hummus. It's actually really nice. They do it in Nando's. It's like really, really nice.
Yeah, I think
The first time the other day, I was like, oh,
yeah,
wow. This is like, because when you order it from Nando's, it's like, because I took my mate Jade there. Well, you've met obviously Jade from.
yeah.
We just went because literally where I live, there's like a Nando's like literally around the corner from the road. And I was like, oh, let's just go and get Nando's. I can't be bothered to cook. So we went there and we had I ordered the hummus, and then there was like this little tacos like pot. I think it's like the size of like an eye drop.
Oh no, tacos. I think they're the long pancake, the crepe things.
Oh right.
Yeah, I think tacos.
Yeah, I eat
tacos
anything as long as it don't have prawns in it. I'm happy.
Fair enough. There you go. Right, cool. Then I shall stop recording. Is there anything last thing you
You
want to
said
say
there's
to people?
something what someone
Oh, yeah.
asked. We're running on for an hour interview. Look at that.
I know, yeah. Aqua Solutions.
Aqua Solutions.
Yeah, these are the ones who've been tweeting all day. All
Oh
afternoon,
yeah.
trying to get...
He's a very active one.
Yeah,
I know
very
what you're
active.
talking about, yeah. Or she, I don't know if it's he or she. Sorry, I feel so
Yeah, I
bad.
think they're based over in China. Basically saying, have you ever thought of doing a movie about climate change that'll be hard-hitting? For example, they know a Cantonese actor who's just made one which really hit home.
Yes, do you know what? I personally would, because I'm very. There's one thing that I say. It's hence me making films like Homeless Ashes and things like that. You know, I think it's very important to give back to the community and give back to the people out there. You know, like if you've got a voice and you've got a fan base, or you've got an influence, you know, like people are gonna your voice is louder, and you can be heard. I would, because climate change it's a scary thing. Like, you know, like we live in a world where man-made dollar or man-made money, and that created systems where people would chop down trees, people would do certain things and go above and beyond, and cruelty or whatever, just to make money. You know, they'll do things, and population is one of them. Pollution is one of them, because if there's that kind of pollution with gas or oil, whatever it is, you know, all of these things generate money. So they're not going to exactly go, oh, we're going to stop, because with 90 years, they're going to be dead or whatever. And they're going to be a millionaire or have like enough money to do whatever they want. They're going to go, I don't care. In 90 years, I'm not going to be here, you know. Yeah. But for the children and the generation that is going to be here, that's the people that's going to affect. And if that doesn't stop, and, you know, things can't, look, come on. We live in 2016, where in 1980 I would have a phone like a Nokia, where I had to literally press the buttons to make a tune on my phone. We now have where you could put the bloody glass, like you could put VR glasses on, and you can see inside the water. Like you've got a phone with the world in the palm of your hand. You can Google it, you can do anything. So for them to say, oh yeah, we're looking into it and what we can do to change the world and the climate, you can, but you're not.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, you're basically not, because it's generating money. And if you stop climate changes in certain areas or certain things, you're not going to be generating that money. You know, there's solar power, there's other things that you can make that can generate electricity and things like that. But that is not being done, because, you know, there is that money kind of system that's going through it, and greed, and, you know, that sacrifice until that point where it does actually go, shit, the world is now in shit. They go, oh, we found something. Like, oh, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you had this for about 30 years and you decide now you need it? You know,
exactly. It's like the beer we got off the coast of North Wales where I am. We've got loads of wind turbines. There's a huge, massive, God knows how many acres of fields I drive by on the way to work now, and they've basically turned it from a marshy field. And all it is now is massive solar panels. The whole field, it must be about 500-600 huge solar panels. Yeah. See, that's what we need more of, stuff like that.
Do you know what? And they're creating things now. You know, there's things that I've seen. What I found was really cool. There's like, they're creating these panels on the pavement where if you walk on it, and there's a constant flow of walking, it actually generates energy. And there's they're making these trees that are like kind of I can't remember what country it's in, but there's like these trees that have leaves on them.
Yeah.
But they're not real trees; they're like fake trees with leaves.
Sorry, I was going to say you got the trees with leaves on.
There's solar panels on them that kind of turn around because of the wind, but they're treating all the solar panels are treated like leaves, if that makes sense. So it ends up generating even more, that it ends up lighting up 2 or 3 buildings or whatever it does. But they're starting to use that now, and I think use these things in electricity cars that are electric now. I think all of these things are important because I am very touched on the subjects of climate change and animal cruelty and homelessness. I'm a very charitable person, and I think things like this are important because you're not the one, all right, in 100 years that will have to suffer, but your kids or your grandkids or your blood and your generation is the one that will have to suffer.
Exactly.
And it will get to that point. Like look at that thing that happened recently about the coral reef, where they thought it was dead.
Great Barrier Reef, they declared it dead, haven't they?
Like that's a scary thing. Like there should be that acknowledgement that this is happening. This is happening now. Things are dying. Animals are getting extinct, and things are happening. And if you can't just say, "All right, guys, we need to stop," trying to make billions, and we should just be happy with our 1 million or 2 million, and start thinking about the world, because it's a shame. Like you go to certain countries, and sometimes I can't remember when it happened, but I was in the back of a car. And I was enjoying the scenery, and I was sitting there. I was like, "Oh, look at this scenery," and it was really, really nice. And I was like, "Oh, beautiful." And then we just went past one part. I think it was somewhere like near Wales or whatever. And we went past, and I just see about 100 trees cut down.
Right.
It looked like something from End of the World kind of film. In my head, I was like, "Oh, that would be a good location." But then I looked at it, and I was like, "Wow!" I was like, all of these trees. It's probably more than 100 trees, to be honest. That was all just down, and I was like, wow, and it kind of went through my head. I was like, is that for a table so someone could just eat off a table? Is that just for is that just for a bed? Is that just for a chair that someone can make sell? And it kind of upset me in a way. I was just like, I was really touched by it, just to see, because you go from beautiful nature and then you just go from that. I was just like, wow. I was like, and it made me kind of realize that there's that money system people do. People don't cut down that tree because they want to make more chairs. They make more chairs because they want to make more money. Yeah. So it's things like that that kind of got to me. And I will make a film on climate change if I have the chance. And I'm sure a lot of other people would want to make films on climate change. And I think you've got to do a clever way about it. And I think the only way that you can do a clever way about it is by doing a film of not how like someone saves the world, but what actually happens to it if it does carry on. Yeah,
which is what I think these guys are trying to do. They want to show really hard hitting that this is what's going to happen to the world.
This is what will happen, and this is the effect and impact and the kind of build up what will happen after. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does definitely. Thank you once again, Mark. An absolute pleasure as always to chat to you. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Those who sent questions in, I hope you got the answers you were looking for. So thanks all very much for tuning in. This has been Chris Gordon on Hellblazer Biz with Marc Zammit. Goodbye.